What's going on, guys? So recently Evil Dead Rise just premiered in theaters, and with the release of a new Evil Dead movie comes the added debate of whether or not Evil Dead 2013 is a remake or a sequel. Well, my friends, luckily for you, I've made this video to once and for all, hopefully, put an end to this debate. I have done copious amounts of research, I have poured through the archives and the files, and I have provided undeniable evidence of why Evil Dead 2013 is a remake and not a sequel. Now, obviously I'm being a little sarcastic here, but this is a hotly debated topic in the horror community, and I've got thoughts on it. So hopefully we can all discuss it in a civilized way in the comments below if you decide to leave any. Alright, so first I would like to cite the original Red Band trailer that premiered in early January 2013. During the trailer, we are shown text on the screen that says, "From the producers of the horror classic comes a new vision." I almost feel like I can just rest my case right there. This movie, from a marketing standpoint, was never intended to be, or was advertised to be, a sequel, despite what people involved with 2013 tried to say years later. But we'll get to that. Evil Dead 2013 functions as a remake. It hits all the same beats as the original. They find a book, they open the book, they read from the book. Girl gets something done with a tree, I don't want to go into that. If you look at other examples of established horror remakes and look at the things that they do, 2013 does all those same things. They check all the same boxes. They are the same. They are remakes. Evil Dead 2013 is a remake. Now, the reason we're even having this debate in the first place is because of a tweet that Fede Alvarez posted in November of 2018. He stated, "It continues the first one. The coincidences on events between the first film and mine are not coincidences, but more like dark fate created by the evil book." And then he cites Ash's car being outside still, that as just clearly, as undeniable proof that it was in fact a sequel all along. But instead of just an homage, but what do I know? So with that being acknowledged, you might be wondering how I could be so arrogant as to deny or doubt the clear intent as being stated by the director of the film. Well, I'll tell you why. Part of it stems from a belief that this was just not Fede's original intent. It seems to me, and you'd be perfectly within your rights to disagree with me about this, but it seems to me that this is revisionist history on Fede's behalf. This is Fede wanting to appease fans of the franchise 5 years after the movie came out. If this was his intent all along, why did Fede wait this long to talk about it? The internet would have definitely let us know if he had talked about it prior to 2018, but he didn't. This is the first time it pops up. It is, in my humble estimation, revisionist fan service. For those that don't know, there was a long theorized Army of Darkness 2 that would have starred Mia from 2013. Following this movie, there would have been a team-up movie featuring Ash and Mia versus Evil. Obviously, this never happened because Universal Pictures passed on the idea, which is a good thing in my opinion. And then for one reason or another, the franchise lay dormant with the exception of Ash vs. the Evil Dead, which came out in 2015 and was canceled in 2018. The same year that Fede made that tweet. Fede was just trying to generate some kind of retroactive connective tissue between his movie, the original movies, and the TV show. By doing all of that, he would have had a vested stake and interest in any potential future movies that would have starred Mia. It stands to reason that if Mia's involved, Fede could also be involved in some form or another, be it producer, writer, director, what have you. Despite this, there is no mention of Evil Dead 2013 in Ash vs. the Evil Dead, even though the show had been around for a while after the movie. Now, this might be a rights thing, and maybe that's why 2013 is never mentioned in Ash vs. Evil Dead. Please let me know in the comments if that's the case. But to me, I'm going to assume it's because 2013 is an alternate timeline, similar to Evil Dead Rise, than the show and those original films. This is just how I feel about it. I could totally be wrong, and Fede really did mean it to be a sequel from the beginning, but I don't think that I am wrong. And if I am wrong, I'd like to think that I'm at least partially right about why I have my reasonings for him having a vested interest in making all of this one cohesive thing, and not his movie just being this own, fractured thing, its own isolated thing. People like to cite the car as being, undeniable proof that it's a sequel. To that I say, every film directed by Sam Raimi also has that car in it. Obviously 2013 is not directed by Raimi, but it is an Evil Dead movie. So, it stands to reason that along with all the other iconic iconography of Evil Dead, shotgun, chainsaw, gallons of blood, and that car, that's why it's in the movie. It's just an Easter egg. It's not that deep. It's just an homage, nothing more. Similar to Ash himself being at the end of the credits, it's just a little thing for those who stayed till the end to say, oh, I get that reference. That's it. It's not like some Thanos reveal signaling things to come. It's not that deep. So maybe you disagree with me, and if you do, I'm sure you'll let me know in the comments. I just ask that you keep it respectful with me and yourselves if a discussion should break out. And if you think I'm wrong or you know that I'm wrong, please just provide some evidence. I'm not opposed to having my mind changed or being shown that I overlooked something. So yeah, let's have a thoughtful debate about it in the comments. What I'm sure we can agree on is that Evil Dead 2013 is an awesome movie and an awesome franchise that has no misses whatsoever. So anyway, guys, that's all I got for you today. I'll try to leave my Evil Dead Rise review somewhere up top. And yeah, that's it. Take care and watch more movies.